What's up, chat? Welcome back to another video. Today I am just going to be sharing some overall psychology with you at first, and then we're going to go over a trade that I took this week. I profited, I hit TP, and another trade I am in right now, which I am looking to hold and swing trade. So first of all, this is something I have been saying a lot recently because this is something I had to learn personally, and I really want people to understand this because I've been in a lot of trading groups and I noticed that people, I don't want to mean this in a bad way, but it's like they're brainwashed into thinking that trading is easy and that's something everyone can do. And I don't mean that in a horrible way. Yes, everyone can do it, but you need to find what your personality is to become a trader. So the main thing is the psychology. And this is one thing I want to get into people's heads over here on my channel. I be brutally honest. I like to be transparent. I don't hide anything. I don't just show profits. I show my losses if you follow me on Twitter. So psychology is a big thing. And I feel like people will never get the psychology because they can't wait. They need everything now. So that means if they make $50 this week, they're putting the $50 into their trading account and hoping that they flip it to 1,000, 1 million, whatever. Which I'm not saying that you can't flip it to 1,000 because I've been there myself. I have turned like $300 into, it was like 8k something silly when gold was going parabolic last year. So it was very easy. But after losing all of that money and going through months of depression and feeling like I just couldn't get it back, which I am now, I'm back to myself, which has actually made me a better trader. So you sort of do need to go through these things. But my personal advice is to have some sort of cash flow first. You've heard me say this a lot, but let's just say, for example, these are example numbers. It doesn't mean you're going to be on that money because some people are going to be on more, some people are going to be on less. I'm on less than this number. But say you are, for example, in a good job, you're on 40k a year. So you're bringing in, say, I think that's around 2.5k a month in pounds, because obviously I'm from the UK, more in dollars. And you manage to save up 10k, for example. That's going to be very hard. I'm not saying you have to save that number up. It could be 4k, 5k. You could start with 2k if you wanted. But the more you have and the more you start with, the better you're going to be. So say you have 10k savings, you're still bringing in 2.5k a month because you're in a good career. You're still being able to pay your bills. You can pay your debts off or whatever you've got going on in your life. You can then take 5k from that 10k, put that into your trading account, and learn to detach yourself from that trading account money, which means you're still saving. You still have 5k in savings. You're still saving money from your wages. You're still getting wages every month. And you also still have 5k in your trading account you can take your time with and take trades. Even 1 to 2 trades a week can bring more than your salary in. So that's my personal opinion, because if you just start with small money, which everyone is doing, and you lose it, you're going to be constantly in motion. You're going to be thinking, right, this one trade can wipe me out and I might not get paid again for this long. So yeah, and that can also lead to bad habits, like sort of gambling habits, where every time you get money, then you're putting it in. And this is the thing people don't show you, is this actually happens, because I was doing it. I've had my account now for months, so like I don't put any money in because I've learned risk management, I've learned to be patient, the psychology, everything like that. So yeah, that's just one tip for you. Please listen, find money, save up, then invest, and you'll be less emotion from that money because you're still bringing money in every month. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get into the breakdown for you. This is how I'm sort of going to do my videos from now on with breakdowns. I'm going to do a bit of psychology and advice at the start, and then I'll go into breakdown video. So I will see you in the breakdown. Okay guys, this is the trade I took on gold on Thursday. So this was just a simple 1 to 2. I used, I think it was 0.1 lot size. Nothing big, nothing major. Just a small, simple trade. I took this trade due to obvious structure. Here on the 15 minute, we sort of have structure here. It failed to break this high, and we set to sell off. The main reason was because if you go over to the 4 hour, to the daily, sorry, we are obviously in some sort of down structure here, as you can see. in some down structure. We haven't broken above this price here yet. You can see on the 50-day moving average we are going down. It's starting to make a curve here. So for me, this was a obvious trade. Okay, I still think we're going to be breaking down below here because sellers are quite strong at the moment, as you can see on the daily, that buyers are not breaking above here. They could do now, never know, but yeah. And I just took this trade, obviously, like I say, if you go down to the 15-minute, you can see the structure here is obviously going down. Buyers just kept failing to buy up. They just kept failing. Sellers were just stronger. Same here, buyers came up, failed, and we sold. Then if you go into the 4 hour, you can see here structure is still going down. I mainly took this trade because of the 50-day moving average. Right, I don't use this a lot. Just sometimes it becomes a very obvious trade. So with this trade, I don't want to come as I'm professional, but it was just very obvious I could take this small trade, so I took it. Also, another reason for why I took sells on gold is if you see here on Thursday, the dollar started to strengthen a bit, and it bought up to here, which is another reason what caused gold to dump. Also with oil here, oil bought up, so people were transferring to dollars, obviously, to buy oil before it dumped again, and it looks like we're in some sort of downtrend here, as you can see, and the 50-day moving average is just going down and down. So if we see an end to this war, then I think stocks and gold is going to go parabolic, because central banks are buying tons of gold every year. You can't print gold. Also, the reason the dollar and US bonds were flying, oil was expensive, so everyone needed dollar, and to get dollars they had to take loans and debt to then obviously get cash to pay for oil. So gold obviously seen a weaken, and if you want to know more about that, you can go see my petrodollar video, and it teaches you how money flows for these four assets. So yeah, that's basically why I took the gold trade, due to obvious structure, and because oil was going up and the dollar was going up, which means there was a short shift through safe haven assets to cash to oil. And these things can happen like very quick, like they can happen within a day. Before you even notice it, it's already moved. So where I understand the petrodollar movement, I managed to catch this trade right at the right time. So to me it was obvious. Like I say, if you really want to learn how this moved, this is an actual system and a strategy. I'm not having you on. Go and watch my petrodollar video. That's all the trades, psychology and breakdown. That's this video for you today. A lot more videos coming. Keep up to date for that, and I will see you in the next video.